Okay folks, we're going to talk about how we're going to do weathering now. The tank has been decaled as you saw. It's been clear coated now with Tester's Del coat to seal the decals in, which is this one here. And now we're going to use chipping effects. This is a custom mix of like red, brown and black. It gives this darky brown colour. How you do chipping is a bit of sponge, dip it in your paint, dab off the excess, and then you can go to the vehicle and then apply chipping effects. Also we're going to use light sienna, Africa dust effects, which is like a wash, and we're going to use Africa dust, which is a pigment as well. So we're going to start with chipping, which is, like I say, is a reddy brown colour. It's like this, it's darky red brown. In goes the effects. So all leading edges is going to be wear. So it's going to be along here. So I want chipping effects. The more paint you have on there, the bigger the chunks can appear. So basically that's it. We're going to go over the whole vehicle. Okay, now the chipping all is all done. We can go back and add more if we need to. Now we're going to do the desert wash, and I want to apply the desert wash all in crevices where dust and the stuff will accumulate. So it'll be all in cracks here, around the engine deck, the creases between the hull and lower fenders, basically all crevices. So basically just getting the wash, letting the capillary action flow, and just dab it in place. It's quite a light colour because it's virtually almost the same colour as the vehicle, so you might not see it. Especially a large deposit would be up here. Once it dries, it's going to obviously go, probably be a lot lighter. Okay folks, next step is going to be pigment, and I'm going to do it inside the box because I want to control the pigment. I don't want pigment dust to go everywhere because it just creates a lot of mess and I don't fancy cleaning it up. So we can use pigment fixer as well, which is made by MIG, and it's basically getting one of your old brushes. I have a dedicated brush for each of my products, and it's basically putting all the dust effects all over the lower hull. You want it all over the wheels. We're going to do several layers though. I'll do some now, put the tracks on, and then we'll put more pigment on top because there's going to be dust pigments on the track as well. and then blotting on the pigment fixer. I let it flow and it should start to stick your pigment down. It looks really wet, but it does dry softly. Okay, now it's started to dry, and to get the excess dust off, just get one of your large brushes, and we can just knock off the excess dust that we don't want on the vehicle. Same as the turret, it's a little bit washed out, so we're just going to knock it back a little bit. Okay folks, I want to change it up slightly. I want to add some stowage on the back of the vehicle. Normally I recommend you do this when you're in the process of building, not after you've pretty much done a lot of weathering and stuff. But nonetheless, the spare wheel was here. This one was glued in a little bit tight. It ended up breaking, but I can glue it back on once I'm done. It's not a problem. But here, at the back here, at this plate, I want to put a couple of hooks, and what I'm going to use is the staples, because the staples have an L shape already to them, and they're made of metal. So you just basically get one staple, cut it in half, and we're going to use them as makeshift hooks on the side of the vehicle here, maybe one or two at the back as well, because it'd be like basically field modifications that the tank crews would do and to transport stuff. So we're going to put them on the side, put a couple of boxes, we're going to make some tarps and like stuff like that, but we're going to use tissue paper or tissue for that. And what I'll do is I will put down the tow cable, which should be painted and weathered first, and then we can add the boxes and stowage on top of it. So how I do tools is I've dry brushed the metal effects, and then the wooden handle you want to get a light colour and just paint it as normal. Once this is dry, we can use Tamiya panel line wash. And now once it's dry, get Tamiya's dark brown panel line wash. And then basically put it all over the sandy coloured area. And it's going to create a wood grain effect, just perfect for handles. It will look blotchy, but you want that effect to mimic wood. You can go over a couple of times. This is how I do my tools.